and welcome to K24 Sport. I'm Sean Osimbo Kasula. Now, sport across the globe has ground to a halt as a result of the coronavirus pandemic, with many events cancelled or modified. This has forced teams and players, for the most part, to train alone, and also they have been unable to compete. However, in some countries, thoughts are starting to turn to how sport may be able to resume in a few weeks or months' time. Indeed, in some places like Sweden, teams are already training again and preparing to play. To highlight that excitement that is slowly building up amongst fans and players as the wait for the resumption of sports continues, we speak today to Harambee Stars defender Joseph Okumu, aka Crouch, that is his nickname, who's joining us live from Sweden, just to tell us the impact of coronavirus that is on football and also how he's faring on in Sweden. Karibu sana, Joseph. Welcome to the program. I know, first of all, let's talk about Sweden being one of the countries actually where training has resumed, and many fans, football fans, are getting excited. When you receive that call that you can actually leave your house and go back to the pitch and actually train with your teammates, how did you feel and how did that go?
It was an amazing feeling. Having been indoors for almost a month, not being like totally active on the field, and having like sharing that, yeah, you can resume training. I mean, it was an amazing feeling, and it was a breathtaking moment.
Yes, let's talk about your club, that is Swedish side, IF Elfsborg. Any club friendlies you've taken so far, taken part in so far during this training period that you guys have gone back to the field with your teammates?
Not yet. We had some scheduled because we were supposed to be playing every Friday, but they were all cancelled due to the government directives. So we haven't been able to play any matches, but just playing like 11-a-sides against ourselves. That's the only way we go about it.
Yes. Let's talk about, what coronavirus has done to the world and what it has done to you. So when you guys go to the field, are you observing the social distancing rules? Like what is happening exactly so that, that virus does not continue to spread?
There are a lot of rules. When we go to the field, like we are not allowed to sit in the locker rooms. You come straight from home and go into the field. But yeah, sometimes like during the sessions there's contact, but after the sessions you're not allowed like to sit in the locker rooms again. You just have to go straight home. So like between the sessions they try to minimize the contacts, but maybe once in a while the contacts are there.
Okay, let's talk about when you are in the house for a whole month. How was that like? How did you keep fit? And because most of the time when you talk to sportsmen and women, they talk about the mental game. That is actually the hardest part than the physical part. How did you survive without your friends and family around you?
I can say it has been like the most difficult moment for me, like staying abroad, because you're just staying indoors, you're not going out, you don't have family, you don't have friends to talk to. All you do is like, follow the team schedule, and most of the time it's doing the co-work and not a lot of running because we were restricted from going, like most of the time going out. So just sitting at home, doing the co-work, and the least you can do is like just be on a call with friends from back home. That was the most we could do.
Yes. And also let's talk about how Sweden have managed this coronavirus pandemic. Definitely they have registered a few cases, especially the city that you're in. I think literally did not register a positive case in the coronavirus pandemic. How have they done it, and what can Kenya learn from it actually?
I think the thing they did is like just try and talk to the citizens, and for people to be like, you have to be concerned about your own health and take responsibility about it. Though I believe like different governments, they understand their citizens to give directives, because we didn't have a total lockdown. we were given a chance, like, yeah, just try, take care of your own health. But I believe, like, the governments understand their citizens, that's why they are giving different directives.
Yes. Let's now talk about the Swedish 2020 season. That is the top flight season. It was postponed. It was supposed to start in April, but they had to move it because of the pandemic. What should we expect from you going into the new season as you look forward to the new season?
I think we are focusing on now, like, trying to lift the team, because for the past 2 seasons they've been, like, struggling. And the main purpose was to try and bring the team to a top 4 finish, of which that has been the aim, that has been the goal since we started the pre-season. And we are working on that. God willing, I'm confident, like, we'll make it.
Yes. Let's also talk about the 2019 AFCON tournament, and I was there personally, and that is when most Kenyans actually came to know who Joseph Okumu, aka Crouch, is. Briefly tell us about your football journey so that people know how you came all the way from Kenya to Sweden.
Interesting. I started in 2016 where I joined Chelsea, but before I was playing in school, in Kakamega High School. So that's why I started taking, like, soccer seriously, because I had competitive teams, so I had to step up for me to be able to play. Then in 2016, I joined Chelsea Sugar. I was with them for half a season, then moved to South Africa. In South Africa, I didn't stay for long as well. Like, I was there for, like, a season. Then I took a break for a while before going to the US, where I joined AFC Ann Arbor. Then after 3 months, I moved to Real Monarchs, where I spent probably a season with them, not more than a season with them, because I didn't finish the season. Then here I am, like, I came from Monarchs to Sweden now to IFL school.
Yes, quite the football journey. As we wrap up, Joseph, why were you nicknamed? Why have people nicknamed you Crouch? And lastly, also tell us about that initiative that you have where you are actually planning to feed more than 100 families in Nairobi to help them avert this crisis created by the coronavirus.
I thought it was like, we have the capacity to give a helping hand. So we just decided, like, what can we do to help the families that have been affected? Most of them that have been, like, they were living from hand to mouth. So we tried and raise money and partnered, like, with a local grocery store, the Clean Shelf, on which we didn't want to try and distribute foods, like food stuff, because it will be, like, kind of bulky and we wouldn't observe the directives given of the 1 meter distance and not, like, avoiding spaces. So all we were doing, like, we're trying and getting vouchers or gift cards to try and distribute them, because it's more efficient. That's the main aim, and probably, God willing, tomorrow that will be done.
Okay, and the nickname Crouch, where did that come from? As we wrap up quickly.
It was just from my height back in high school, so that's how it came about.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us. That is Joseph Okumu talking to us from Sweden. He's a Harambee Stars defender and also plays for Swedish side, that is IF Elfsborg. Quite the phenomenal player we have here in the country. So it was very lovely just talking to him. Now let's move on to